During my Spanish class, I made sure to do my best to participate in everything. I think for at least the second time, I created a sentence that ended with me breaking something. And for some reason, I tend to like to use the word romper. That verb in particular means to break. And the current relevance to it is that recent HAL Central assignments had us go over adverbs and contractions with say. Say tends to be used to create impersonal sentences, contractions, meaning that the subject, that is the person involved in the action, tends to be de-emphasized. And as for adverbs, it's most common for an adverb to end in mente, which within the Spanish language is the English equivalent of li. Usual means usual. Usualmente means usually in the context. If I recall, I think at some point I woke up to some pretty loud alarm, but it eventually went out by itself. It seems kind of like a dream to me now. I got up, I think within the early morning, or late in the night, and I asked out in the hallway if there was a fire drill. Although, I assume at this point that hosting a fire drill would violate social distancing guidelines. I had to jog, or at least I felt like I had to jog to Harrison Dining Hall because on Thursday we're going to have the criminal law midterm. And it's worth 35% of the final grade, so I wanted to be sure to do everything I could do to prepare for it. These are the notes, starting from here, that I took during today's class, which was actually a sort of review session in which you're supposed to come prepared with questions. The thing is, I ended up asking most of the questions because nobody else seemed to have questions, and my philosophy with review sessions, classes set aside for review sessions, is to not let the professor end it early. That's my general philosophy for review sessions. For one thing, having the professor discuss more not only helps me, but it helps my fellow classmates. And in fact, my criminal law professor pointed that out during the class session. Although by the end of the official class, it was down to just me and a classmate known as Austin Booth. Although, I dragged the review session until 6:50, in which I asked a lot about the differences between the different mens rea states, what's most important to remember for each of the 9 listed cases, short answer format, how the midterm is going to be set up, strict liability cases, how they only have actus reus as their elements, and as well as going over the legal issue for Earring versus California, which I think was known as the 3 Strikes Law case, and Bond versus U.S., which was about the issue of whether the federal level could regulate something at the local level, essentially. Prior to the criminal law midterm review session today, I got 4 Rockstar Punched energy drinks, because that's currently the only Rockstar energy drinks they have at the Nest. And for now, I only want to stick to Rockstar drinks. Due to what I believe. Where my general philosophies lie. Although I am hoping they soon get a reshipment of the Kiwi Strawberry and Cotton Candy X Durance Rockstar energy drinks, because those not only have more caffeine, but they have 0 calories and no sugar. So, I would say they're healthier. I had one of the energy drinks I ordered online and picked up at the Nest while I was reviewing Common Sense by Thomas Paine by listening to an audiobook, a LibriVox audiobook recording of it, along with an online text version of it. I was also able to find an online text version of it on my phone. It's for my American political thought class, and it's for the second in class writing assignment that we're going to have tomorrow. Recently, a game hag has been a source of stress for me because although I know just a little stress, although I know that becoming a frog on Game Hag basically just means I won't get daily login bonuses, I still don't want to become a frog on the site. I was able to extend my time by completing the last ram pressure task. So this may very well be the last time I open up ram pressure. There was a point in time in which I would spend the whole day just grinding on ram pressure, but those days have since long passed. I only grinded an easy mission a total of 2 times. And that was just to ensure that I had a unique screenshot for the last task. I already met what in my mind was the requirement. To have at least $10,000 in in-game currency, which you can get by completing missions. I officially said top up your account in ram pressure $10,000. But there was no reward that would specifically give $10,000, at least not explicitly, so that's how I interpret it to basically mean just have $10,000. I even posted a comment regarding this. Although admittedly, that would probably something better for support, but support can take a while to reply back. At the time, I had about a day and some hours before I would turn into a frog, as the site put it. And with the test successfully completed, I'm now back at 6 days and some hours. Lunapic has been pretty invaluable in helping me to put together the 99th Dan Hamming, although I'm also going to have to test out Bandicam and maybe some of Bandicut. I'm hoping to get a combo deal for both programs. Excuse me. I think it was when I got back from picking up the energy drinks. that I noticed they had leftover cupcakes from the prize rewarding for the Eagle Walk Run challenge event back at the RA desk. So I personally picked up 3 chocolate mini cupcakes. And personally, I think they only had chocolate cupcakes. I in particular asked in Spanish class when the second cultural essay would be. I also told the professor that I would catch up on the grammar journal entries as soon as possible because I want to make sure to be on top of everything as much as I can. I'm hoping to upgrade the barracks as soon as I can, although to do so is going to require a considerable amount of resources on my end. And also, I'm also hoping to upgrade the scrolls manufactory again at some point. Although, I should probably put in some additional researchment. At some point within the research, there's more city expansions. And perhaps maybe at some point it would be nice to upgrade City Hall. Although I can't upgrade this steel manufactory anymore without moving it, or I could open up this in order to keep it in the same spot. That may also be good for City Hall in case future upgrades cause it to become larger. And I think at some point there may also be more cultural buildings. Getting to the point where I may need to get more. If I unlock any new cultural buildings, I'll be sure to do my best to get them. Although, I personally think that it's extremely hard to get diamonds within this game. So once you run out, then you pretty much have your only option of getting more is to pay real cash for them. At least that's how I understand it. I'm currently trying to add in the audio for the 12-second part I've created in regards to the 99 of Dan Hamming. In regards to Game of Thrones, I'm currently have to rebuild my army from scratch because apparently the alliance I'm currently in is getting knocked around by an alliance known as Nocturnal. They're pretty far away from us on the map. But at one point, a significant portion of the alliance got attacked by a player who's at, I think from what I recall, 47 million power, roughly. So things just got significantly crazier for me out in the world of Game of Thrones Winter is Coming. I'm currently trying to level up my dungeon to level 17 so I can unlock the Hall of Faces building, because I'm hoping this will add a new daily task, because I know that at some point I may not be able to do the challenging the training grounds activity anymore. Based on what I've seen. But it should be noted that to upgrade the dungeon, I have to upgrade the dungeon, I have to upgrade Bannerman Hall, and to upgrade Bannerman Hall, I have to upgrade the embassy. I think in order to upgrade the embassy, I'm not entirely sure. I think I have to upgrade the quarry. Something along those lines. And in order to upgrade Bannerman Hall and the dungeon, they both require some number of an item that, according to my knowledge, can only be obtained by spending 15 diamonds. Which isn't devastating to me. I currently have 39,000 diamonds, roughly, and the Nocturnal Alliance, no matter what they do, they can't take my diamonds. But it's not exactly a walk in the park. It should also be noted that I stretched out the review session from 5 p.m. to 6:50 p.m., which in my case was long enough for my professor to watch the sunset through my webcam. As I'm pretty much the only one who still turns on their webcam for online criminal law sessions.